What's up, Fantasy Freaks? It's Rob, the NRL Fantasy Freak, back with my round 4 review. A whopping 996 points put me into a rank of 866, and the NRL Fantasy Freak is flying. Team value up to 11.725 mil, and I've only used 4 trades. This week I brought in Payne Haas for Cleary. Didn't do as well as Terrell May, but still happy with the 67, and we're hoping for a lot more this week. Going through the rest of the team, Amazelis with 39, bit lower score this week. May with the 67, as said, playing in the rain, didn't get the offload out, so not too concerned with him. Terrell May, 85, insane, played the full 80, and love having him in the team. Isaiah Yeo, 65, so glad I held on to him. Now Fahu White has been a revelation, 63 points. He's got the starting spot with Lenu on the bench. So I'm looking for 50 minutes out of him every week, and he's a great player to have. Seyfarth, a 60, great score, and so glad to have held him. Jamie Humphries, with that Seyfarth 60 with that runaway try to Toa. That was awesome, and for the Warriors to get up and get the win was even better. Humphries with 54, a low game for him, but he's awesome. Metcalf 48, very happy with that, and we'll be looping him this week. Toa with 50, as mentioned, that try was awesome, and yeah, can't ask for much more for a cheap centre. And Toya with 38, he's solid, and hopefully he keeps Billy Smith out of the team. Campbell with 64 with that intercept runaway try was awesome. Garrick with 41, just solid, exactly what we want from him. He's consistent, which is not what you normally get in the wing fullback position, so very happy to have him. Brimpson with the double, 49 points, and I think this is a sign of things to come now. He's got his mojo going, and hopefully he can pump out a couple of big scores in the very near future. Horsburgh 48, solid, happy to have him in the team. Nicholson 42, same, just solid, nothing spectacular, but hopefully he can do some more this week. Tamale with 50, amazing score, and just manages to get it done. Connor Watson was the loop, and Jack Cole with 66 was definitely taking that, so that worked out really well. And Sandon Smith with 20, glad I didn't have to play him, and same with Iongi with 28. And those two are definitely on the chopping block. So guys, I've put this slide together that has all the key information on my team that I'll go through each week. So I've got the BE at the top. If it's better than 6 points compared to their price stat value, they get a green. If it's between 5 points higher and lower than the price stat value, then they get an orange. And if it's worse than 6, then it's a red. So you can see Isaiah Yeo with the red there being break even 8 higher than his price stat value, and Brimpson being an orange having a B of 34 and price stat 33. Next up, I've got the price stat value compared to the last 3 average. So following the same rules, if it's better than the last 3 average by, like lower than the last 3 average by 6 or more, it's a green. So Mammazella's 36, and his last three average is 52, so he's a definite green. And looking at Brimpson, so he's priced at 33, last three average of 31, so that's an orange. And then Isaiah Yo, priced at 58, averaging 52, that's a red. So you can see how it works. And final, the next one, last three average compared to projected. So if they're scoring more than 6 above their projected, they're green. And if they're between 5 above and below their projected, orange. And if they're more than 6 below their projected, they're red. So that pretty much sums it up. And then for the projected, if they're projected to get around 50, then they're green. In the 40s, well, I've projected centers should be 40s and anyone else should be 50s, except it's kind of a judgment call because with the cashies, obviously you don't need them to be projected high based on their value. So you can see greens for Cole and Sandon Smith in the 40s and Hubner, even Iongi, because they've got such low prices. So yeah, now Fahu White has got a really low projection. Not sure why that is. This is from Fantasy NRL Fantasy Pro. I'm guessing long term they don't expect him to hold those minutes, which we didn't really, but it looks like he's surpassed Lenu at the moment, and hopefully that continues. So what do we get from this? We can see that Isaiah Yo's got 3 reds, so he must be a sell. No, he's a keeper, so we're not too worried about that. Any other reds? Now Fahu White with the 35 projected, so not too worried about that. Luke Metcalf with the low last 3 average compared to his projected, so that's something we've got to monitor, but it does mean it's likely he's going to improve. And that's the same with Brimpson, a very bad 13, it wrecked his last 3 average, but we do expect him to perform better in the future. And same with Hubner and Sandon Smith and Iongi. So the other key thing to look at is with the 2 oranges for Brimpson, 2 for Sandon Smith, 2 for Iongi. They're players to monitor and should be ones that we could potentially sell. Toya with the 3 oranges, but with a B of 18 and projected average of 38, he's not a sell, so, but just something to monitor. When you get lots of all oranges, then that might mean it's a sell. This is something new that I haven't done before, so I'm just trying it to see if it is relevant or not. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll go on to the trade decision. So the trade decision. First off, potential sells. As mentioned, Sandon Smith, BE of 24, priced at 28. That is not much wiggle room. Last 3 average of 33. which is not bad. That's only 5 above what he's priced at though. The Fantasy Pro has him projected at 43. I had a look back at my watch list. I had him projected at 28. So I'm going to jump off that. And Iongi, he has a B of 24, priced at 26, and a last 3 average of 26. I had him projected at 36, and so did Fantasy Pro, so there is 10 points of value there, but sometimes we have to take what we see as well. The Eels are playing very poorly, and the stats are based off reserve grade as well, so you would expect a bit of regression. So I think it is definitely time to sell Iongi. Brimpson was the other option to sell to free up more cash, but he's coming off 2 tries in the last game, and that is exactly what I bought him for. So Fantasy Pro had him projected at 45. I've got projected him to be in the 50s, so I'm definitely going to hold. Looking at the who's hot and who's not list, Dylan Egan on top, Kautoga's second, Jenkins is third, White is fourth, and Jaden Campbell is fifth. I've already got White and Campbell. And as you can see in the potential buys, Jenkins and Kautoga are who I'm looking at. I'm not sold on Dylan Egan after 1 game, like a lot of people obviously are. On the who's not list, Tom Gilbert, I don't own him, so but if I did, I would definitely be selling. Iongi, who I've got on my sales list. Duffy I already sold. Tom Trebojevic, which I would definitely be selling, and Sandon Smith, who's also on my sales list. So normally when it lines up like that, where a lot of people are doing the same thing, it normally means it's a good decision. So yeah, looking through my potential buys, with Thomas Jenkins with a B of -1, priced at 22, averaging 32. He's got 10 points of value based on his last 3 average alone, projected at 34. So yeah, 12 points of value, low BE, he'll make cash, playing in a good Panthers team, and he looked really good in the last match. So, and basically it's a straight swap. Iongi is a wing fullback to Jenkins, who's a wing fullback. And Kitione Kautoga looks like he's got that edge spot locked up. 80 minutes, he should average 36, which he is at the moment. B of 2, priced at 24, that gives him 12 points of value, which is what we want. And he has the center edge dual, which is good. That gives me my 4th edge. So my strategy tip for squad balance, to have 2 backups for each position, except for hooker, obviously, because there's only 1. So having 1 backup is fine for that. So by getting Kautoga, that helps me get that 4th edge position and round out my squad perfectly. Getting rid of Sandon Smith, and with my halves I've got Cole, Humphreys, Metcalf, and Jaden Campbell. So I've got the 4 there. And yeah, looking at the top 1000 player ownership, so I've got 15 of the top 17 now, just not Cleary and Gilbert. and Cleary I'll be looking to bring back in a couple of weeks probably. Well, that was the plan when I sold him. And Gilbert, I'm pretty sure his ownership is going to be plummeting after this week. So this is how the team lines up for round 5. Projected score of 1,011. Team value is currently 11.618 mil with 146k in the bank. Trades remaining is 30. Going through the team, Connor Watson at hooker, Yo, May and Haas in the mids, Haas captain, Yo vice. In the edges, we've got White and Seyfarth. At halves, Humphreys and Cole. Centres, Toa and Toya. At the back, Campbell, Garrick and Brimpson. I'm choosing Brimpson over Tamale. I just think he will have another good game. Nicholson, Horsburgh, Mamazalis on the interchange with Metcalf to loop in the 4 slot with Tamale and Katoga. And I've got Hubner and Jenkins in the emergencies to just make me some cash. So that's it for this video. Good luck everyone, and I will see you in the next one.